So then, let me take out the disagreements. So, okay, A has a disagreement. B, is this 3 to the 4th? I just need a yes or no because I'm trying to make sure if these are 3 different answers.
Okay, so I just wrote 4.
Oh, you wrote this 4?
I wrote the green.
The green 4. So, did somebody write another 4, somebody write a 3, or is it 3 to the 4th? I want to understand. Is it 3 to the 4th? Okay. And then, all right. And this person said 2 because 9 squared is 81. The person wrote 9 squared is the same thing, right? This person is explaining why they got the answer. Appreciate it, Cyrus. And this person just wrote and grabbed the mic and said, go figure that out. So that's okay also. So there's no disagreement there. So please remember when you're writing because this, first write an answer. Say 4 and then write because, right? So 2, like here, 2 because that, okay? But this is still fine. Appreciate that. No disagreement on E, B, or C. And F, okay. Okay, so this person just. I like the because here, but this answer is not quite right. Did anybody get a different answer for L? Did everybody watch out the answers on the board? Look at your answer, please. Because I know there will be more than one answer for L, at least. There should be. And then J, also check J. So all these ones I'm leaving on the board. G is 1338. I think G is fine. Yep, G is fine, so let's take G out. H is also okay. All right. So, Ella, please look at your work. J and L. I need you to check your work on J and L. Is there anybody in here with a different answer than what's on the board for J or L? You got 4 for which one? Oh, why you didn't write it, man?
I have a question for J.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to solve it because it said 9 and 27, and it's like, okay, and I know it got the log, but like, how should I calculate it?
Because they look like different bases, right?
Yeah. And it's not possible if I do 9 times.
That is, see, those are the kind of questions I like. Now, I didn't know how to do it, and you stop. You say, I didn't know how to do it because, and then you extend it. So now I can help you from where you got stuck with that. So we're going to do J. So that's a disagreement. See that? It's not just, oh, I don't know how to do it, and then you drop the mic. And then I usually go, oh, that's on you. So Percy said he got a 4 here. Man, next time write your disagreement. Right? Your 4 is a disagreement. So let's do A, B, J, L. I think M has no disagreement. So let's do A. B. All right. Problem A. All right, guys, let's pay attention, please. Problem A says log base 2 of 32. So A is, that's the problem in A. Okay? If you remember, we have a phrase for log, all right? It's what power, right? So what power can we raise 2 to get 32 is the question we're asking here. What power can we raise 2 to get 32? 5, why? Yeah, because 5 times 5, no, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 5 times will give me that, right? Or another way to write this is to say, well, we don't know that, guys. We don't know that, so we're going to say, well, what power of 2 gives us 32? Remember that for Friday? Because that's what this is. What power of 2? What power of 2? We don't know the power. And then somebody said we could write this as 2 to the 5th. And then remember the whole thing from Friday. If my bases are the same, and I say they're equal, well, then the powers better be equal also. Remember that whole American citizenship and equal rights and all that stuff thing? That. So then X has to be 5. Those are 2 ways to go around it. Solve it this way, or just write our because statement. Because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 32. That was A. Questions? All right, then let's go to B. So J was the next one, so I need a J. So problem B. Log base 3, 81. So again, the question here is, what power of 3 gives me 81? Kind of like classroom looks strange when you're sitting back there. Because I would see you sitting there, so you threw me off a little bit. So what power of 3 gives me 81? It's the question here. What power of 3 gives me 81? Why? Because 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. Or if we didn't know that, again, we could say, well, we don't know. So 3 to the x is 81. 3 to the x is, well, I could write this as a 9 squared, right? But we need 3's. So 3 to the x is 3 squared squared. And then properties of exponents, power to a power, multiply. So 3 to the x is 3 to the 4th. Therefore, x is equal to 4. We're good? Anybody with a question? That was B. And then the next one was, yeah, B. So then let's look at J. It's the next one coming up. Problem J, I need us to pay particular attention to, because the reason I did this way is because I was going to segue into J. Okay? There's a reason when I got here I wrote 81 as 9 times 9 and then broke it down further. So problem J is asking what power of 9 gives us 27. So that's the question they're asking here, right? Right? And then a lot of you, including my best friend out here, got lost because the problem is we got a base of 9 and we're thinking in terms of whole numbers and said, well, there's no whole number that I can multiply 9 by that many times to get 27. And you're right, because 9 times 9 is already 81. It's already way more than 27. But we can still solve this. Okay? So let's assume we don't know that, which we don't for now, right? Remember everything we've been doing here? So the question is, what power of 9 gives 27? That is the question from here, right? What power of 9 gives us 27? We can't right away go and say, oh, well, let's compare exponents because the bases are not the same. So if they can be written as basis of 9, let's write them as basis of 3. If I write 9 as a base of 3, what power of 3 gives me 9? 2. So 3 squared to the x. This is still my 9, right? What power of 3 gives me 27? You see that? Yeah. We're good? Did I lose anybody? Because I haven't done anything different. I just changed the 9 into 3 squared because 3 times 3 is 9. Okay? You just swallow your meat whole. Now your body has to try to digest it, try to grind that into little bitty pieces, digestive system so your body can use it. We're good? So, power to a power. We just took a test on that. What do we do? What is the rule? Power to a power. What do we do? We multiply. So what's 2 times x? Yeah, well, just 2 times x. Now the bases are the same. Alright? Now I can compare the exponents. So what's the equation I need to solve here now? 2x is equal to 3. That's what I get for the powers. 2x is equal to 3. Well, if 2x is equal to 3, what is x? Do what? 1.5. I don't like decimals. They make me feel short. You know, point, decimal, short, you know. You know, I used to be like 6'5", and I laughed at a lot of short people, and then I got short. Now I'm like 4'2". So keep laughing at me, and you are going to be just that short. So divide both sides by 2. So x is 3 halves, or 1 and 1 half. See that now? The trick here was to see, okay, but here's the thing though, for those people who just stopped here, who stopped right here and wrote LOL. If this was an assessment, I would give you half of the credit. Because what you're applying to me is that you're telling me, I know they have to have the same basis for me to compare the exponents. And for right now, I just can see how 9 times itself a whole number of times will give me 27. So I will give you half a credit because at least you recognize a property here. But you got to be mindful and see, well, is there any way I can break both of them down further so that I can compare them? We're good? Okay, then let's do L. And let me give you the work for the day and give you back your assessments, and then we can talk about that. So L. Pharisee had 4, and then somebody else had something else. So let's look at L. But that was not L though. That S was written for a whole. Is this L?
No.
Because I think somebody took the wrong answer from somewhere else, right? Because the L I'm looking at, unless maybe I don't know alphabet, is the log base of square root of 7 is 149, right? So, I think that 1 billion came from F, maybe? Oh, like E? Huh. Oh.
You didn't make it that big.
I mean, obviously it's an L, but I see why they call it G.
I mean, it's weird.
It's tricky. I don't know. Cursive.
Okay, so that means this was just misplaced, right? So we don't even have to deal with that. It looks like an E, I get it. Next time, I'm going to write all of my stuff in all caps, okay? It'll be this way. Somebody's going to tell me that looks like an F if you just took out that little part from there.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. Let me give you today's work, and I give you back your papers, and then you can do your classwork. So today's work, if you flip the page, hello, flip the page to the problem set page. They can ask me that question. One more time, we're going to have a problem.
What page are you? Oh, we're right here, bro. It's the next page.
Usually it's a good feeling when you realize that somebody go viral.
Hold on, wait.
Hey, let's do this. So look in the rectangle at the top of your page. We all know what rectangles are, right? That's a square?
That's a
Okay. Hold on. Let's talk about geometry a little bit. What's the difference between a square and a rectangle?
The rectangle's longer.
Say a little bit more about that. What do you mean by longer?
A square has all equal sides.
A square has equal sizes, right?
And a rectangle does not.
Now that makes sense. You see how when you stop halfway, you drop the mic halfway, kind of sounds weird when you say it's longer, they all laugh. But when you expand it on it, it makes sense. So, Percy, that thing up there. We need to close down that scroll. Okay. Hey, let's pay attention. Hey, stop. So, the bullet points over there. We've been talking about them already. When I kept asking you what power of something, we started writing it as an exponential form. Remember when we asked for what power of 3 was 81? Right? We had the log 3, 81. And I said, well, if we don't know, we can write it as an x. And then I said, well, we can write this as what power of 3. So 3 to the x is 81. And then I wrote that as 9 squared. And I wrote that as, 3, and then as 3 square, 3 to the 4th. So this is exponential. This is logarithmic. So we get from logarithm to exponential, exponential back to logarithm. That's all we're doing now. Because that's exactly what we've been doing all along. Is what power of 3 gives me that? What power of something gives me that? We don't know what that thing is, so we use that as x. In their format here, they're using it as L. Okay? X to the BL just means what power of B gives me x. That's all they ask. So we just got to be able to go back and forth. This is almost like you got family in Mexico and you got family in America. And if you're going in and out, you have to change your money back and forth from US dollars to pesos back to US dollar. They stay the same value, might just be different quantity, but the same value. So exactly what we're doing here. We're good? So I'm going to do number 1, order of number 1, for you to see what we're talking about. And then you can do the rest of your work. So number 1A. I'm keeping this right here, and I'm going to write it up this way. So A. A says 3 to the 5th is 243. Okay? So we have to write this as what power. And then we change that what power to log. You ready? Am I ready? You need you to watch me. Stop writing, watch me whip, and then you can name it up. All right. So what's the thing here that has the power on it? The 3, right? So the question here should be, what power of 3 gives us what? 243. And the answer is already given to us. What is that power? 5.
Smart. That's all we got.
It's math. It's always that easy. Y'all just make it difficult.
Man.
It's life. It's like breathing. So now we're going to take this one step down, right? We're going to take this one step further. What word do we use to replace this phrase? Log. So now we just need to write log of base 3 of 243 is equals to 5. Drop the minus.
First one
That's it.
Yeah.
Now you can copy.
No.
You see that?
For the next.
Anybody with a question? Or 1A?
Shall we have to put what power in this law for everyone?
Well, it's just the steps. If you want to skip that step, you think you're strong enough to skip it, that's fine. You can go from here to here, it's okay. But I just want to have the steps in it so people see how we're gradually getting down to log from what power.
I knew it.
You ready for B? Okay, let's do B.
I don't know this song.
Problem B says 6, negative 3, 1 through 16. All right. Let's pay attention, please. Problem B. What has the power here? 6, right? So our question is, what power of 6 gives me 1 over 216? And the answer was negative 3, right? See that?
Strange, but man. Oh, never mind.
Oh, no, what power? Sorry, the other way
So
around.
it basically did.
What power of 1 over 216? The answer is negative 3. Thank you. So now what are we replacing this with?
Wait, no, it's
All right. So the log base 6 of 1 over 216 is equals to negative 3. Drop the mic. It's problem B.
That's why you have to know. It's surprisingly
Problem C.
You had to come for me like that, but thanks.
Somebody help me out here. Problem C. How do we do that? How do we start with the what power conversation? Problem C. Okay. Log.
As you can see.
Oh, you just.
Log.
Weird.
As you can see.
Log 1. To this equals 0. And what goes there? 9?
My spine. And she didn't tell
1
me.
goes here? Yeah? Okay. Hey, guys. Hey. Hey. That's his suggestion. What is your suggestion? Don't wait, what? 9 where? Here? Bottom? Why?
Why would you change it to what?
Well, I'm asking you why is yours a 9?
Because 9 is the problem.
Okay. So here is it. From here, 9 is the thing with the exponent, right? 9 is the thing with the power. So we're asking what power of 9? So that's why I don't want you to skip that one step yet. So it's what power of 9 gives us what? 1, right? What power of 9 gives us 1? And it told us that is a 0.
So like, and I was like this, so I always put 0 because
Simple. Well, they already had it there. Right? So then this what power gets reduced to just log is 9 of 0 is 1. Drop the mic, you're done. Thanks for the help. Appreciate you. All right, number 2 is your work. Because number 2 is exactly like number 1. Okay? So let's roll to number 3. Now for number 3, we're just going back. Right? We just exchanged a lot of our US dollars for pesos. Now vacation is over. We're coming back to the US. Now we gotta exchange all of our pesos for US dollars. This is exactly what we're doing now. Okay? I do that too when I go to Liberia every time. Gotta convert my money to Liberian dollars. And then when I'm done, except half the time I don't bring money back because, you know, all your family and their families and all your cousins and their cousins come over. But beyond that, that's what we got. So let's do number 3. So number 3, hey, first problem, log base 5 of 625 is 4. So 3a. So they don't want us to solve this, they just want us to rewrite it in exponential form. So if we like, we can work it backwards. We change their log to what power? What power of 5 is 625? Right? So here's the power. That gives me 625. So 5 to this power gives me 625. That's the exponential form. Went from logarithm to what power to exponential form. Everybody see that? Is there anybody with a question? No? Okay. So then the rest of that in problem 3 is for you to do. Now, please pay attention because you're going to do number 4, number 5, and number 6. Number 4, number 5, and number 6 is just what we've done before. Let's start with number 4, for example, 4a. It says log base 2 of 1024. So it's asking you what power of 2 will give me 1024. You see that? And so we just see how many times we multiply 2 by itself to get there, right? Now, it also asks you to see if it doesn't make sense. Let's look at the last one, f. It said log base 2 is negative 1 over 32. It says, what power do I raise 2 to get a negative answer? Is that possible to multiply a positive 2 by itself to end up with a negative answer? No, it's not possible. Because if you multiply positive however many times with so many positives, you still remain positive. We're good? So the only difference between 4 and 5 is in 4 you're asking what power of 2. In 5, what are you asking? What power of 3? In 6, you're asking what power of 5. Does that make sense? All right, so 3, 4, 5, 6 is your work to do. Bye-bye. We out.